Afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shelbey Roberts. To begin this afternoon, major changes will be coming to Bradley University as COVID-19 continues. Last night, President Gary Roberts sent an email to faculty and staff detailing some of the changes that the university is now facing. At the end of last year, Bradley University leaders revealed that the school was running at an $8 million deficit, which forced them to reconsider the programs offered and staffing levels. Now, President Roberts says that COVID-19 has made things worse. He says in the short term, $5 million will be refunded to current students for unused housing and meal plan fees. Beyond that, he expects enrollment for the fall to decline significantly because current and future students might not be able to afford to go to school. Roberts says, like other universities, he's putting together a team to come up with a way to run the school at 75% of the budget, or $40 million fewer. He adds that those solutions could mean some staffing cuts. In the meantime, leaders have made some initial changes to save some money. For example, a hiring freeze, changing teaching contracts, suspending construction on projects, and delaying sabbaticals. Now, if you'd like to see a full list of those changes, you can head on over to our website, ciproud.com. Illinois State University leaders estimate that they'll spend up to $15 million reimbursing students who left campus early due to COVID-19. Housing and meal plan charges, including unused flex dollars, will be prorated from March 15th through May 9th. That money will be credited to student accounts. This will not apply to students approved to stay on campus, resident assistants, or full scholarship student athletes. A Tazewell County man is dead after contracting COVID-19. The spokesperson for the Tazewell County Health Department says that man was in his 80s. He was living at Generations at Riverview, which is a long-term care facility in East Peoria. Health leaders say they won't release his name out of respect for the family. There are 4 people with COVID-19 from that facility, and the tests for 2 people are still pending. The spokesperson says that residents have been following some strict isolation procedures since the first resident was symptomatic.
Residents in nursing homes are our most vulnerable and valuable population, and we are doing everything we can in cooperation with our long-term care community to protect them. Tazewell County Health Department has been in weekly contact with long-term care facilities in Tazewell County, offering guidance and processing requests for personal protective equipment as needed.
And the Peoria County Health Department director says that you can make your own protective masks using materials like bandanas. If you're not able to make a mask, you can continue practicing social distancing. In Peoria, Woodford, and Tazewell counties, there are 32 confirmed cases to date, 12 in Peoria County, 14 in Tazewell County, and 6 in Woodford County. In McLean County, a dozen people have recovered from the virus, but health department officials say the number of positive patients is still climbing. 4 new cases bring the total number to 48. Experts say while there doesn't seem to be a steady increase every day, that doesn't necessarily mean there are fewer cases.
There's no test that's 100%. There's always going to be false positives, and there will always be false negatives, and I have a strong confidence in the test. But one of the things we say in the medical community, test positive or negative is not going to treat you any different. So if you have symptoms consistent with COVID-19, just assume that you have it.
And Bloomington Mayor Terry Renner is cracking down on social distancing violations. Violators could now face a hefty fine. Yesterday, he issued an executive order giving Bloomington police officers the power to break up large groups of people. Renner says he received multiple reports of social gatherings that had 10 or more people. According to the order, people who do not follow this order could see a fine between $100 and $250.
There is a very strong possibility that this crisis will get worse before it gets better. We need to be continuously vigilant in order to make sure that this virus does not spread too quickly in our community.
The town of Normal also issued the same order Saturday. 4th ordinances will end when Governor Pritzker's stay-at-home order ends. And Governor Pritzker says more COVID-19 testing needs to happen statewide. There are 1,000 new cases in the state, bringing the total number of patients to more than 12,000. Governor Pritzker says for now the state is okay on ventilators. He says there are also more hospital beds available, and field hospitals are close to opening in both Chicago and here in central Illinois. But the governor is still asking the federal government for shipments of protective gear and medical supplies. He also wants increased drive-through testing sites in the state and says testing will be key to curbing COVID-19.
That means adding more drive-through testing facilities, working with rapid test companies, and building up our own in-state lab capacities. As I've said, we're not where we need to be, but we are determined to get to a place where we're testing widely in our nursing homes, in our correctional facilities, and in our communities, where anyone who might need one can get a test. That's our goal.
Operations, there's a new requirement in an effort to keep riders and drivers safe. Starting Wednesday, passengers will need to wear a face mask or other face covering while riding the buses. Those riders will also have to wear a mask while at the transit center in downtown Peoria. CityLink is reminding those riders that you should only be traveling by bus for essential reasons. And many farmers are finding themselves making some tough decisions as COVID-19 affects supply and demand. The Peoria County Farm Bureau manager, Patrick Kirchhofer, says that ethanol plants shutting down will have an impact on corn prices. But Kirchhofer says dairy farmers are also getting hit hard. Reports are filtering in from across the nation of milk going to waste.
It's ironic that dairy farmers have to dump their milk, and yet their consumers are limited to only buying, a couple gallons of milk at the grocery store.
Kirchhofer says right now he's not aware of any local dairy farmers that are having to dump their milk. A heads up to people taking part in Peoria Public Schools meal distributions. Due to the Easter this Sunday, PPS operations will close this Friday and next Monday. Meals will be distributed on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. Next week, meals will be given out on Tuesday, April 14th, Wednesday the 15th, and Friday the 17th. Distribution returns to its normal schedule starting April 20th. Now, if you missed any of those dates or that information, you can find out more on our website, ciproud.com. And starting today, Dream Center Peoria is launching a new program called DCP Food. It's designed to help low-income families who are struggling for food during the COVID-19 pandemic. 3 days a week, you can drop off donations at 3 different locations in our area. Executive Director Andy King says that they're trying to keep the process simple for you.
We see so many needs within the community, and especially at this time with so many people that have lost their jobs. We're just trying to fill a need that we're seeing as the pandemic carries on for quite a time.
Donation times are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 a.m. until noon. We've got the donation drop-off sites listed on our website, ciproud.com. Well, while everyone stays indoors, the Normal Police Department is finding a pretty creative way to say thank you to all of those doing their part to slow the spread of COVID-19. Take a look at this. They're driving through different neighborhoods, waving to families, and spreading some words of encouragement to the children. Many kids even got creative, making some signs for the officers as they drove through the communities. Normal PD is looking to drive through every neighborhood over the next month.